Okay. Thank you, Lee. Okay, we'll call our meeting to order at 6:32 for our next to final budget review. And
Third from last.
well, third from last. Yeah, we have two more after this.
Okay.
The first of several.
Thanks for reminding me.
So to start, I'm going to turn this over to Mayor Pete. Let him have his words of wisdom.
All right, so we're all here.
Yes.
All right, so as we all know, what's different about this year and next year is that we're in the second year of a 3-year phase in, and in a way, a 3-year budget plan where we made some assumptions last year, assuming what the mill rate would be for 3 years, assuming what our expenses would be for 3 years on the town side and the Board of Ed side, and assuming what our capital budget would be on for the entire town, including the Board of Ed. So, well, when I think of a budget, everyone says the budget. Well, it's really 3 budgets because we have a town budget, we have a Board of Ed budget, and we have a capital budget. So when we made our assumptions, we assumed increases in all of those for 3 years. We assumed that we would finish the year without a deficit, pay all our bills, and hopefully have a surplus every year. So I would say that we did a pretty good job, if not great, in our projections. We are pretty much on course to being where we want to be overall, and to be as specific as I can, remembering that there are lots of variables, with the state, with things that happen all the time. But what I see right now is that number one, we see that the state of Connecticut, and this is not definite, but I'll say it's at the 98th percentile chance of probability that they are going to fund the Board of Ed side with something pretty close to what they projected for Alliance money, which was 1.2 million. So if we assume that the Board of Ed is getting that 1.2 million, essentially where we are right now, with the budget, after having gone through it once here, without too many deletions, is we're about $600,000 short. So what I want to do tonight is to go through everything, and I'm going to say get a feel for where everyone stands on items where we have some discretion. I have a few thoughts on the capital budget where we can improve it. And when I say improve it, decrease it, I guess we should say. And I want to hear what everyone is thinking, try and get a consensus so we can put together a budget that will pay all our bills, will meet our targeted mill rate of under 42, maybe 41.9, 41.8, which is, almost, not quite, but almost a 3 mill rate reduction, and fund as many things as we can, treating the town and the Board of Ed and the capital budget, equally. So tonight, I think we'll go through everything. Everyone, tell us where your heart is, like what your priorities are. Like I, really feel strongest about this, and we'll come back with 1 or 2 budgets that will get there, meeting all of our goals. Now, one other thing I'm going to do, subject to the approval of the Burgesses, I guess, is I want to implement a new policy where on the capital side, except for emergencies, we're not gonna allow, the purchases to be made until 6 months in. And I'm gonna review it every month, and if we're close and we're falling short, maybe some things will be kicked over to the next year. In other words, we're not gonna take any chances of coming close. We're gonna finish the year with the projected mill rate. And we're not gonna have a deficit. So, as the manager of the town, I can always find ways. If Allison calls me up and says, we have a problem, well, we're gonna do something so we don't have a problem. So that's the background. That's where we are now. So I'd like, first of all, let's take any questions on what I just said. And then, let's go through it and see where we are. Charles?
Pretty clear on what you said. Now, the 600,000 is all on the town side, or is that the
That's
50/50?
both sides.
That's both sides combined, so.
Yep. Capital too, all three budgets. I always call on Charles first.
There we go. Like Saturday, I knew it was coming.
He's my favorite pupil. Not really. I'm just
Not really.
teasing. All right, so, all right, Ken, you're gonna lead us through every, department?
Yeah, we'll go through every department, so we're not doing any votes tonight, we're just,
We're getting,
consensus.
consensus.
Consensus. Okay, so our first, one is administrative. And I came up with a total increase. Oh, sure, absolutely, yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be,
Yeah.
throw a rock in here, but if this is a final review before we present to the Burgesses, aren't we supposed to vote on each thing?
Oh, we never have on this night. We vote the next time.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
used to,
no,
yeah.
we used to vote
Yeah.
on,
Allison?
Not like a consensus, it was like, we agree?
well, okay, it's fine.
Yep.
When,
Oh, we can
if
vote.
we voted like administrative, everyone agree, not agree.
Yeah.
That's what, just, I didn't know, I thought in the past.
Well,
again,
hold
could
on.
have been mistaken.
No, it's a good, I'm glad you asked the question. I thought,
We didn't do a roll call, it's just,
No, not a
just
roll
like
call.
we all have been doing every time we
Allison.
were here, we agreed.
what did we do? Did we vote last year at this meeting?
I don't remember.
Well, I know joint boards we do.
Joint,
Yeah, joint boards we
Joint.
did, but I
Yeah.
thought in order to move this to the joint boards, we had a vote on the finance.
We had
board
no
a vote On the
Yeah.
budget,
We're gonna do that next time.
no motions.
okay.
The next time,
The next time
We
do
meet
the
as a
joint
group.
boards.
we're going to,
That's where the motion.
we're gonna finalize the budget, and we're
Okay.
gonna vote, and we're gonna present it to
I
the.
just, I'm only bringing it up because I
No,
don't want to
it's-
run into.
I
the
asked the
problem
same
later on.
question today, so it must be a great question.
This meeting is known as a workshop.
Yeah, I just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure that
Yeah.
we didn't run into trouble later saying that there was no official vote and it was right.
Yeah, so next week will be the official vote from both boards on the budget,
Okay,
but we can make changes by consensus on line items today.
thank
You're
you.
welcome. I had the same question too, so. We're on the same. Okay, so first one would be the administrative budget with an overall increase. And I'm just gonna go through each budget, what the overall increase is, and then any discussion on those particulars we can, as needed. So increase of, 24,193. Town hall,
Let's go a little slower.
Okay.
I'm looking to-
you're looking through it. The largest increase in that was on payroll.
all right.
Okay, next was town hall building. And that was an increase of 13,510. And driven by payroll. Townwide activity. Increase of 284,827. That has to do with a change that we discussed last week, where all the building maintenance accounts are now in townwide activity. So you'll see corresponding drops in other departments as they lost their building maintenance accounts.
Are we, pretty sure on the electricity line for townwide?
There was an increase. In the last fiscal year, Rocky, it was not a full annualized increase. This annualized it because the increase happened in the middle of last fiscal year. Okay.
So along those same lines, given some of our savings from solar projects, et cetera, if we're saying that the number would have been a lot higher had we not done those things, I could understand it. But I would like Allison, you and I to look at it, if for no other reason, to make sure we're getting our promised savings on our energy projects.
The savings are in the reduction of the electrical consumption, but we're still paying and offsetting with those solar. So it's netting itself out pretty much until the project payoffs are complete, and that's why you're seeing that.
I understand, but we have all these charts that show us over time we're saving money, so I'm just curious. I want to look at those with you, apart from this, to make sure we're getting what we paid for.
Okay. Department of Finance, overall increase of $58,741, primarily driven by payroll. Here, probate court. Good music. Wow. At least it wasn't obnoxious, but that's good. Okay, probate, overall increase of 1472, and this being the first year that they've been in that building,
First full year,
first full year. So you should have a good handle on what their expenses are.
yeah, we're getting our arms around it very well.
Elections was an increase of 122,308. That was primarily driven by the extended voting. Yes.
Did they ever come up with what it's gonna be now? How many days off? Because when we had Bernat and Michelle was the education. Whatever. I think they were still going back between 14 and 10 days. Was that finally decided?
It is, but I'm not sure what it is. What was it for the primary we just did? I think that was 7 days.
Yeah, 7 days, but I think it was the general election. Do we know how the primary early voting?
Very low turnout,
As you
as
mentioned.
expected.
Yes.
We wouldn't have done it had we not been forced to.
Didn't we move the voting booths and covers to Capitol from here?
Believe we did, yes.
The total is the
Yes.
same to me though. It was 283 last time we reviewed it, but it's still 283, or did that include the movement?
Well, he has a capital outlay of 8295. That's included in this total here. That's the one you're talking about?
However much the voting booths and covers were.
Yeah, I believe that was $8,200.
So we're gonna take it out of here.
I'll double check
Yeah.
it, Rocky, and let you know.
Okay. I don't know that. It looks like it's still in here, though.
17,845.
Oh, so that was the increase was 82, but 17,845 with a voting booth. So they, even though it stayed here, it should, we thought about moving out the
Yeah,
capital.
it's not gonna change the budget, but.
No.
it's-
Not
Talk
having
about-
it twice, we wanted it twice.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Next item is tax department with an increase of 16,913. Majority of that being regular payroll, and then with the reduction in postage. Property assessment, an increase of 8,143. They did have reductions on the flyover contract and overtime, but an increase in regular payroll. Building department. overall increase of 27,519. Increase in payroll with a reduction in longevity and code books.
Yeah. Allison, on the revenue side, let me back up. So in the building department, you have permits that people pay for, and that's a revenue category. But also included in that is a fee structure where the building inspector assesses fees based on, labor rates and things of that nature. Naugatuck's rates are way below what they should be and what other towns charge. So the building inspector is gonna be adjusted upward, you know, not a lot, but enough so we'll still be very fair and below most towns, but, you know, higher than it is now. So are we projecting that extra revenue anywhere?
For the fee increases,
It's really not fees, it's, I mean, it's not permits, it's, well, I don't really know where it is, but
This
it's
is
a,
assessment that's based on square
it's,
footage, isn't it?
yeah, so if the square footage number in reality is 120 a square foot, and most towns are at 100, you know, we're at like 65.
Mhm.
So he was gonna jump it to like 90, and that would go somewhere.
On the
I don't
revenue
know,
side.
I don't know if we captured that revenue yet. We could check that.
But just as a note, I believe the revenue is far exceeds what their operating budget is, the building department.
Right.
Is that correct?
Right. And they're only gonna have more and more work, and this department may very well have to be expanded in the next, 2 years.
We're also gonna be bringing in more revenue too.
Right.
Yes. Okay, management information systems, an overall increase of 57,215. The major driver on that increase is increased service, maintenance contracts with software and hardware contracts. Town clerk, overall increase of 9726. Primarily payroll. Event center, flat funded. That's still good, Wayne? That's good. Okay. NEDC, flat funded, 92,000. Land use. My picture. Spot here. Okay,
I have a note that light was supposed to be removed.
Looks like it was.
yes. That's correct. The blight,
It's
Oh.
not with 16
no,
hours.
blight was combined and put into this account.
So that
With-
includes some other items. Allison, you wanna go, what,
Yeah, we went down from 200 to
No.
186. That's the 4,000.
No, it went from 186 up to 212.
we have $29,000 increase in
Oh, I'm
land
sorry,
use.
looked in the wrong place.
It's okay. So there was blight, there was,
do you have that email that we went over?
let me pull it
Okay,
up,
hold on a second.
hold please.
So, Rocky, what we're doing, we're taking blight, I'm gonna say hoarding, you know, all those other categories, instead of having separate categories, putting them all in one place. Funded at less than the request, but it's up only because we're putting everything in the same place.
Yeah.
Alice is looking for an email, so just hold on a second.
Well, I think
Oh, that-
that's what
yeah,
it
we
was.
covered it?
It was.
Okay.
We had talked about where to put it during
So
the
it shouldn't be,
sessions.
it shouldn't be called blight, it could be called blight and other related matters or something like that, but it's way more than blight.
Okay, under legal department. Have, increase of 50, what's the, new item council?
I don't know what new council means. Allison,
Legal, the new council, 50,000. Last line in legal.
Oh, that is for, the legal matters that were going to be, like specific, types of litigation that you wanted separated
okay,
into
but,
that
okay, I
line
see,
item.
well, I know, I just,
It was specifically, we pulled it away from, we didn't like add, we pulled it away from, general legal. You wanted a separate council.
right,
Evaluation of commercial outside.
yeah, but let's spell council correctly if we're gonna do that, but,
I mean, it's not,
unless we wanna form a new council.
Yes.
all right.
So that's for specialty counsel on, high-end revaluation appeals like Walmart. Is basically what it is. We're bringing in, outside sharpshooters to, handle 2 or 3 of our biggest cases.
Feedback,
Did you wanna,
you wanna see that?
Yeah, that's good. I got it.
You got it. Okay. Estimated non-union and union wage increases. Moving up 160. And they look like they're going down a little bit. And there's only one contract in negotiation this year. And next year, I'm not sure how many we have coming up next year. It's only the fire contract that be negotiated this year.
right,
Human resources, total increase of 22,470. That was mostly by contractual services, which includes testing, promotional testing, and entry-level testing for several departments. Police department. Overall increase of $250,846. Primarily, regular payroll increases. Some reductions throughout and moderate increases.
They're down in general, just the payrolls.
So payrolls, yeah. Fire department down $116.
Got it.
Got it. And that's primarily because the wages, any wage increase are in negotiation. We lucked out this year.
But they're under our,
general wage,
General wage increase, yeah.
yes.
Pretty much flat funded throughout the year. Animal control. Total increase of 35,466.
If I have a comment there.
Good.
So for those of you interested in the future, a new location for the dog pound. As of yesterday, I'm leaning towards, behind the police station. I was up there, I haven't been up there in a while. And I had a few reasons to go up there, but this, first of all, it's an area we're utilizing well. But there's a perfect spot up there. So I'm just throwing it out to see what everyone thinks, but I think it would be perfect.
Yeah, past that.
Just have to be careful. They set things on fire up there.
Not anymore here, Jim.
Randy, what do you think? You like it?
I like it because, you know, if you put it, one of the reasons years ago it was put down there was away from residential homes and, you know, dogs have, and kennels tend to bark late at night. And, I think that's a good location. I think that's underutilized.
Yeah, because the spot would be I gotta say, closer to the river, further away from the homes that I'm looking at.
Not familiar with that lot does it have enough room to do outdoor dog runs? Cause that's
Oh, yeah.
one
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
concern they wanted to make sure that they
Yes,
addressed.
enough room for people.
yes. Have you ever been up there, Charlie?
No, I've never.
Oh, you should take a ride up there.
Okay.
Take
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Public Works does a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of material storage up there.
The what?
Are there any residents in the general area?
Well, you'd have to go up there, but there's, the condominiums that have the tennis court on borough property are, probably the closest residents. And there's a couple of homes near where we built the solar, but the solar is only part way up the hill, so you go up to the top,
That way we-
And then- and then the direction that I'm suggesting takes it even further away.
I remember the
Take a look at
complaints when they were talking solar.
Hello?
There's always complaints.
Yeah.
Um,
It would actually be much further.
Yeah.
from where it's
So
at.
property line is up behind the
But
police
it's build a
department. I
newer,
don't know
better
if you can
facility, because this is
access
what we're
it
gonna
from
talk
that
about. I wanted to wait on
And
our
you might not have a
subcommittee
clear view
until after we're done
from
with
the
this.
Yeah,
state.
so I'm just
Together
saying-
with me, but when we do, whatever facility we put there, we could make it more sound. friendly.
Okay.
Well, look,
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look.
we're-
Take a ride.
the whole subcommittee.
Okay.
Actually, that's the pile past.
There's a,
Yeah.
there's a.
Okay, so Charlie's committee's gonna take a ride up there.
But I'm
Good.
not exactly
But,
sure
so we'll go down the,
'cause there's-
we'll go down animal control as proposed. Okay.
More.
Emergency management, an increase of 31,808. Primarily driven by maintenance of generators, which is a new account. And that is for all town fixed generators, correct, Fran? Fran?
I was just,
Oh.
yeah, the displaced tenants and the generators are in there.
Where,
Okay.
yeah, but where's the displaced tenants?
It's right above generators.
They were
10,000.
Supposed to be put in townwide.
What?
Which, the generators?
Mayor mentioned at one of the meetings that they should go into townwide. and displace tenants.
So we're moving them?
Both items?
Well, what, displaced tenants, um, can go in townwide.
Generators and displaced
Well,
tenants?
The generator, I would say can stay here. If if Fran is in charge of all town generators, so I think this one could stay here. Unless the others are over there, then they can both go over there.
All the generators are gonna be coming in emergency management.
Well, do you want them here or over there? Doesn't matter, right?
Doesn't matter.
Just as long as they're all in the same place.
Frank's still gonna be the guy we're gonna call. Okay,
And, we just got the bid back
About 5K.
on the service contract.
okay. Our next item is, East Side Fire Station. That's a reduction of $5,000, and that is due to the building maintenance account being moved to town hall. Safety Patrol flat funded at $3,000.
By the way, I'm not getting too many hints on my, cuts, my $300,000 cuts so far.
Where's the 10,000 foot overview right now? 10,000 foot overview. Fire police, they have an increase of 32,500. Majority of that was for parade uniforms that they wanted to purchase for next year.
Did we take out the duplicate flashlights?
I don't know if we looked at that line yet.
There was duplicate lines for other flashlights.
Yeah. I don't have their detail.
Well, yeah, see where it's 48.5 and then it goes to 47.5, Rocky?
I believe you.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the detail.
Okay,
What did we decide on the,
We don't decide anything on those.
I was just gonna bring that up. We were talking about class A's.
Yeah.
And we're
I
gonna,
thought we
and
were
finally,
gonna get a-
we're gonna discuss.
Yes, we were.
only need class A's. I mean, is that something we can try to put over to next year?
Let me, pull up their, budget request. One
Yeah.
second.
Class A for $14,000.
Thank you.
A little over $1,000.
Yes.
We were talking about doing that next year.
Oh, it's in the budget this year, what I'm saying is, can we take it out and look at it at next year?
Yeah. Well,
There's
that's what-
definitely need one, this is a line.
Or,
But
or split it, that the
You know.
chief and the deputies have them.
Yeah, they're gonna want to, in fact.
approximately
It's gonna be all right.
$5,000. $5,000. That's kind of a high number.
Yep.
You know, just for you.
Mhm.
And what was that number, 14,000?
Listed here is 14,000.
Okay.
Are we taking that down?
Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, that's a step in the right direction. Start.
Is
Okay.
each of class A uniformly over?
Well, Assistant Chief can answer that. He, I'll say for you.
They are with the pants, the blouse, depending on what style you get. Right back. And I'm going to assume, this has a hat and, shoes without the hat. Yeah, that's a realistic,
Okay, thank you, Chief.
I'd like to move it to next year.
Great.
We all agreement on moving that to next year? Okay.
2 days a year.
It is the first time they've asked for that too, so this is
That brings them from 32.5 down to 18.5.
18.5, okay. Thank you, Ray. Okay, social services increase of 2794.
He said we needed more info. February 12th.
We got more info.
Where are you?
Predator Fire Police Social Services. Which what more info information do we need?
I have no clue. I just wrote, needed more info.
Yeah.
You'd think I'd be more detailed.
Yeah, I think you would be
There
disappointed.
were sa-
Yeah,
there were-
Paul. You
there
gotta
were
do that.
salary
Right,
increases.
I think it was salary increases.
Mostly, yes, salary increases and the benefits related to the increase.
Yep. That's for the social worker at the PD, the contract?
No, this is
No.
local services for Leslie.
Hold on,
I
okay.
got you.
Youth services. Find them here. Total increase of $17,000. That increases, the diversion program. Offset by a salary decrease.
No, it's, we moved their repairs to town.
And we took their repairs to townwide also.
Yeah.
The Water Pollution Control Board. Total increase of 118,955. And that's another board that they return more money than we spend on them.
Yeah, so Allison, what's the corresponding increase in revenue?
It's. You have it in here, it's on the revenue side, but it exceeds the
More
increase.
than 93,000.
It exceeds the increase.
They get the
I
increase.
just know it
Okay,
exceeds the
Yeah.
that's all that
the
matters.
increase.
No, but I mean, by contract, the amount we pay them goes up annually and the amount they pay us for rent goes up annually, so
Win-win. There you go. Senior Center, a total decrease of $1,151. DPW. An overall increase of 520,182. Their payroll went up 190, but they were in the,
3 years. That's
3
years.
that's the
of
3 years are
payroll.
retroactive in their contract, so they got,
So it's not an addition to staff. it's just
No.
what we have to pay.
yes.
probably gonna be under capital, but do we have to put out any money up front for 2 new trucks? For the ones that were damaged?
Yeah,
So-
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Good question.
what if we need money up front to get them going?
So the original one that burned was brand new. It was like a month old and we're getting like equivalent to replacing it. The other one, we're getting $78,000 on it. It's about 220,000 to buy it new. And, I have a 5-year lease amount, which is about 33,000 that I added to this capital budget to buy that truck. To replace it. So 222 minus the 78 at a 5-year lease. It was about 33,000 a year for 5 years.
Got it? We're coming out ahead. 40
We
grand
tried, I
this
mean,
year.
we really beat on the insurance company. We went over the way that they valued it. They're even giving us, some kind of special appraiser for large vehicles. And we're actually gonna do it, to price out the value of each of the fire, big fire vehicles to see if they're being insured at the highest value, so if we have any problems. But I really,
Are we pursuing courts for the juvenile family?
we're finding out information on the condition of the families of the
Well, the-
poor, and we're getting information.
The question is
Yes.
whether we can collect it if we win. So that's what we're looking at. We can sue them and win, but can we collect it?
But we can also go to the prosecutor and make it a condition of sentencing.
If they don't have it.
No, I agree with that, but I'm just saying, if they have it,
So don't forget, it's juvenile court,
But
so it doesn't
there was-
really, if it was regular criminal court, it would be a lot easier.
There was a question on it, and we were told it only to the value of the insurance claim on that side. And so I'm not. We're getting 78,000 and it's a 2005 vehicle. It was completely destroyed.
I'll burn mine, Brad.
Not if you have to pay 222 to buy a new one.
Okay, so, back to police department, we're good with the police department increase? Not police, public works increase, I'm sorry. Jumped around, a little bit. Public works.
No.
Engineering department, sorry. Good.
Sorry. So my apology, why we catch this or, well, on overtime street maintenance, it's up 45,000. So, and it's up to 370,000.
Where are you?
Overtime
Overtime
maintenance. It's up 45,000 to 370,000.
By the way, I'm gonna have, is Jim Stewart on the line?
No, he is not. Let me check,
Oh,
let me check it aside.
Because the last 3 years, we paid 130,000, 119, 130, and 125. It jumped to 325. We paid 86 as of 12/15.
So Diane, if you go down a couple lower levels is where we merged winter overtime up, and that's where you're gonna see that
Oh.
increase from.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome.
In addition, they're also at a higher rate than last year's for payroll, straight time and overtime.
No, it's just a combination of.
It's a combo.
Combo, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, where were we? Community center, engineering department, again, overall increase of 27,734. Debt service, a reduction of 102,682. Those, interest on bonds went down. That's the interest we pay on bonds went down. Pensions, which includes social security, defined contribution plan, contribution to the various employee pension funds, special pensions, an increase of $357,856. Insurance, and we had the discussion last week on the insurance. We saw some massive increases in premiums. Motor vehicle was up 40%. Health insurance was only 8%, which was actually,
Amazing.
it was amazing by now. But total increase in insurance premiums of $1,480,285.
I talked to I would have a discussion to see because of the destruction of the 2 trucks. Is that gonna change our oil insurance for 7 months? You know what I'm saying?
I do. I do.
I'm just saying, just a budget. for them, that's all.
So right now, it's very interesting. These cases, they're still being investigated. Both of them. And I can't like talk about it,
No, I'm just saying,
but they're
Well,
still
well,
under some
strictly
serious
speaking.
investigations on both of them, which
absolutely.
could cause something to be recouped on the insurance end. So yes, something could go up or something could not go up.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
because of those 2 losses.
Yep.
I would have a discussion with them, just to make sure our numbers are still accurate. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it could definitely change between now and July.
Thanks for paying my insurance back.
You good? Okay, community services, overall increase of 19,614. Northwood Public Safety went down. Western Coalition went down, and Connecticut Partnership for Children up 10,000, and Farmers Market up 5,000. An increase of 19,614. 7 of legal claims. And, I'm sorry, general, but some of the legal claims, to Jesse Camille's. And municipal audit of $5,000. And the final one, Board of Education.
What about capital?
Yeah, where is,
Yeah, it's right in the middle there. Up 200.
Reserve fund, it's just a line item, it's not individual.
okay,
I'm sorry, I skipped that. Capital Reserve Fund, an increase of 224,813.
could I have that, Allison, because I saw a couple things that I thought we could reduce in there.
Let me,
Yeah.
go, I sent it to you, but I'll go
Yeah,
print it off for you.
Allison, does that include the removal of the paving from the east side station, that total?
Yes,
No,
I
okay.
removed 66,000 and I added the 33 that I spoke of for the truck that was destroyed.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I have a revised one.
Oh.
Miranda going out of the consultant.
This one.
Sleep it up all night. That's not good hot to duck, but they don't take those. Wow. Give me some. Plenty of it. You still have sleep. Sleep one every day. Most of them find their own. That's the sad part. Yep, I'm really pleased you're there now. Hey. There's a new Facebook page for playgroups for the dog park. Getting a lot of people. Playgroups? Yeah, a lot of people, expecting a lot of people. So we go through a lot of. I go up there at least twice a week to replace. Some do. But the trouble is, some people go.
Do I need to notify the police department? of what's
Twelve.
back there? I'm looking for property back for the dog.
Yeah, you probably should. Yeah, I think that might be a good idea with Charlie, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can come on the firehouse, I'll just drive you up there, it won't bother me, so.
Need to have an electronic one. You pull it and says, do you really need any more?
Yeah.
I'm at firehouse every day.
Oh,
I'm in there 7 to 3 every
You
day.
have to wait 5 minutes. to
I'd say look for the Red Explorer, but we have 5 of them, so.
get it.
But you'll know, you just call. You know, I'll take you up, the assistant chief will bring you up. Yeah, that was a while back.
Yeah, it's like it's low.
Yeah, but see, I had great meetings. Thanks.
not actually sent.
Little dog. Little dog. Now you have another one, so.
I know, I'm still waiting here. It's the puppy.
Well, it's 20 minutes. We're off.
What I do on my vacation. Scenic and historic Naugatuck. That's where I spend my vacation. See the beach. The beach. Oh, it's so nice and stuff. Yeah, about the piano music. I can explain it to you easier in person than it would be to do it through text.
We're just gonna take a quick,
Helpful
you can't
for
see this.
Cindy's house from a different angle.
Can you make that bigger, Lee? Take out the left column?
Wow. Allison, or Ken.
Yes.
I'm gonna leave off with an opening comment on this.
okay,
Okay.
almost that, one more bigger.
Bet you the people at home can see it well.
Okay, so we're,
So, capital outlay for, the, elections is there.
Yep,
We just-
Yep. Yep. Not all of it, but some of it. Yes. I see that.
so we go down the column, I just go down the column.
Maybe further.
Mary's on the same.
So again, as I said at the beginning, the capital budget is really a separate budget. And, you know, it's just as big, if not bigger than, you know, the increases in the other budgets. So I am going to, comb through this, and try and come up with some, significant cuts. Or I should say, maybe a deferral, maybe a cut, and believe it or not, I might even consider cutting something out of roads, only because this year we're paving we're paving about 10 roads from non-borough funds, so if we're ever gonna slow down for a year, even if it's $100 grand, it's still $100 grand, so I'm gonna try and, hit our 300 mark, without interfering with any necessary services, working mostly in capital. But I would like to hear, if anyone has some thoughts, I'd like to hear them.
Assistant Chief, Stephen has a,
Mayor, with what you have said, the hose dryer that we have in capital, the amount of $12,800.
What page?
I don't know what
We have five.
your number is.
12, I got it, yep,
Yeah, I think the fire department can wait a year for that. We have a current one,
okay,
it's working, it's just very aged, I think we can wait a year.
okay.
How much is that more?
$12,800, and then because also, I don't know if the driveway and the apron was removed.
yes, there
Yes.
was.
65,000 that
Yes, it was.
originally.
Okay, thank you.
Well, we're gonna remove the 50,000 for revale.
No, he said put it somewhere else and there is nowhere else to put it.
If we were replacing 2 trucks for, DPW, because we have to, okay, maybe another truck can be deferred. I don't know which one, but I'm just saying that might be a discussion with them.
I'm gonna find a better one than that. But I'm also gonna, just do something I haven't done yet. Because in prior years, I would tear down the DPW budget before it even came here. So I didn't do that this year. So I will do that, go through the capital, take all the other ones into account and see if anyone else has anything. But I'm gonna come back here with, a couple of ways to hit our number. Also, what do you think about what I said about having the borough board implement the policy that, except for pre-approved items, capital purchases cannot be made until a certain day, and then slow down the process a little bit. Now, some items have to be purchased right away, but, some don't. I'm not hearing a response.
As long as it doesn't delay something another year that we need within 6 months.
I mean, there's a supply chain issues that we were running into in the past. We had ordered things
Right,
and we weren't getting them
well, that would
Till a year
be
later.
something we'd have to think about.
because if we delay it, the ordering, then we're delaying getting it. And that could be a bigger problem. I guess it would depend on the item.
So one of the items that in the fire department budget is the air pack replacement program is 21,000, but we're not actually buying the air packs. We're putting that money aside, and every 5 years we make a purchase. So it's there, but it's not, we're not really spending it next year.
Yeah, so
Well,
we
we're
could
talking-
do that at the end of the year.
Yeah, so that can be done at the end of the year. But other items would have to be done relatively quickly, and that would depend again on supply
Well,
chain.
we would check with every department
course.
head before we did
Won't
it.
be arbitrary.
One of the items I've had an issue with for a long time is, the playscape at Salem Park. Salem Park has just been an issue with the police department for a long time. You know, there's a lot of gatherings there and swearing and people going to church complaining.
Well, this is on the, what do you call it, the, other side of the building.
I don't know, I just don't know why.
So here's something that, when I went over there, with all the little kids, I never knew that they can't use the other playscape. Did you?
Yeah.
I mean, so they had no playscape. So I thought we should get them a, portable, you know, I don't want to say, mid-range type playscape that we can move, because to me, it's outrageous that they have nothing.
Where's it gonna go?
It's gonna go near the monument side of the building in their back areas.
One of many reasons why the solution should be out.
What?
Absolutely.
One of many reasons why the solution should be out.
Absolutely.
So this money isn't going to the existing playground.
Correct. The existing playground is gonna be, probably closed down.
Why?
It's not safe. I mean, we have, I don't, all I know is we've been advised that it's not safe and we should not be using certain parts of it right now, never mind the rest of it.
Open ourselves with a liability for injuries or else.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
And like I said, it's just been a breeding ground for,
Well, I think the basketball court is
Odd
more of a
things.
problem than this place.
Well,
It's
I
the
thought
kids
that-
playing basketball that are causing the trouble more than the little kids playing at the place. It's those kids playing basketball.
You're right, the playscape is unsafe, the trouble's at the basketball.
There's no side yet, Salem uses it.
Hillside, that's priority.
Huh?
Hillside, that's priority.
Really? Yeah.
They have it 4 days a week, exclusive.
You know, ridiculous, it's not Salem property.
I see Hillside over here. They're down there, right?
You think the younger kids should.
By the way, Salem School, I'm gonna say, only has 3, possibly 4 years left.
It's a beautiful building.
It's a beautiful building.
That is a gorgeous town hall.
It's gonna be the town hall.
But right now, you don't have any place to put the kids. You know, clothes and stuff.
Have you seen the gym in there?
What, Jim?
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
the size
she,
of this room.
she's
Yeah.
done it.
The cafeteria is
And the pipe strips on.
My friend.
Yeah.
Michelle talked there.
You want, will be warnings on capital, or we, well, any warnings on capital, or we just?
I'm good, I just, I wanna see what other people think.
Anybody have any other thoughts on particular capital items or anything else on the budget?
So we just been on, cut the Board of Ed budget 1.2.
Well, I think if, to the extent it's cut, it'll be up to them to figure out where, we can't.
No, I know,
Hold
but
on,
what I'm saying is, they're lump sum, and we're cutting it 1.2 million because that's what they're gonna get from the state, is that what the plan is?
And plus, we're still gonna be looking for another 288,600.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if we go by fairness, and if we're cutting 6, and we're gonna cut 3, and they're gonna cut 3, they would decide what they're gonna cut, and
Absolutely.
we would decide what we're gonna cut.
Right.
So
what
we're
I'm
gonna
saying
allocate
is-
1.5 less to them than what they're asking.
I mean, that's
Theoretically.
something in that range.
That's exactly true. So we cut 1.5, but realistically, it's really being cut 300,000.
Right, and then, it is possible, we could get, an extra revenue source that we would spread equally between the town and the board. So, I mean, we're always working on making it better.
From a revenue source, can we get a better feel of what that change is gonna be with the building department when they go up in the square footage?
You did,
Oh, you did, okay.
but I don't,
I mean, I know we got.
I just don't know if it's in here. We'll figure that out, but I'm gonna say, 75,000.
Not a lot.
Well,
I mean, it's,
no, but that's this year, that will be a lot greater when the big projects.
when the
come
bigger
through.
projects start coming.
Like, for example, Amazon.
Yeah.
Any more comments, suggestions? How much did we cut today?
$22,800.
22,000.
Step on the right direction.
Yes, it is. Next,
Well, most of the increases are wages.
Wages.
that's wages and insurance, that's,
Realistically, I don't think it's cut capital.
yeah, there's very little movement on that.
Capital and wages.
Okay, so, well, next week is, next week's presentation of joint board, so we'll go again line by line, making motions on accepting each department.
So let me just make sure.
Sure.
So next week, I'm gonna come in with some suggested cuts to hit, at least 300 on the town side. And then, we'll also have a projected, mill rate. And, I'll say a draft budget that we will, consider adopting and move to a public hearing.
What's the date of the public hearing, huh?
Public hearing is set for the 13th of May,
The day of the week.
Monday.
Monday,
And then the following Wednesday.
the 2 days after that.
Yeah. The 15th, we have the joint boards.
Yes.
2 days later.
15th,
Yeah,
2
2
days
days
after the
later.
public hearing.
Yeah.
Public hearing's Monday and adoption's on Wednesday.
Why did I think we had to wait 10 days?
No, that's on that's 10, was it 10 days to post for referendum?
Referendum.
So we're done on the 15th.
We could be, yes.
No,
Yeah, if there's no referendum petition filed, we're done on the 15th. Any other comments, questions, suggestions? Motion to adjourn at 7:35. So, thank you. Should be still 6-hour meetings.